What is going on, everyone? Welcome to this walkthrough of No Man's Sky. With this specific walkthrough, this is going to be on and off the storyline. It's not just going to be the Artemis storyline alone and then you're let loose to do whatever you want. It's going to guide you through to getting higher tiers into your S class, which is the highest tier in the game, in terms of your exosuit, your multi-tool, as well as one of your ships. And I will teach you how to make all that within this walkthrough. So in this episode, we're mainly just going to go for the ship, fix the ship, and that'll be it. And we're going to be moving on to episode 2 here pretty soon. But since you're a beginning player, veterans, if you're out there, you can probably learn a little bit of this too if you haven't played in a while. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to play game. And we're going to choose a new game. This will be our normal selection. This is what we use for the walkthrough. Survival, you're gonna have more hazards, smaller inventory, and increased cost of things in game. And permadeath is pretty self-explanatory. As one shot, you're dead. That's it. You lose everything. You could be super far into the storyline, and the moment you die, that's it. You have to start all over again. Creative mode is just building. You can go into this mode. You're given unlimited items. Are materials for your building, and you just build. And the community expedition, I don't know why this is still here. I think the expedition ended last Friday of this video, so more than likely I wouldn't pay attention to this either for the moment unless there's an actual expedition out. So we're gonna do normal mode for now. We're gonna be sitting through the loading menu. Watch the title pops up. It's going to take about a few seconds, so if you want to hop over, maybe 10 to 15 seconds over before this loads up, you can do that. So the first things we're going to look for, which is our goal, to find the ship, you're going to need ferrite dust, carbon, dihydrogen, sodium, cobalt, and oxygen. Cobalt is going to be there when we find a cave. It's either going to be next to the ship, or it's going to be at the beginning. And depending on where you landed at, we are not going to have the same environment, but the fundamentals for the walkthrough are going to be the same. So whichever button on your Xbox, PlayStation, or PC is telling you to push, go ahead and push that and hold it.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
I'm going to be talking more.
Systems activated.
I'm going to be talking more after the animation.
Shield kinetic system online. Scanner damaged. Repair required.
Thus beta.
Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational.
Nice.
User initialization sequence complete.
Alright, that's beta. So if you want to get out of your third person view, what I'm going to have you do is go to your quick menu and head over to this gear right here for utilities and toggle camera view, and you're in first person now. And as you can see to the bottom left there, and this other one to the right, that's our exosuit guidance alert. Then we can press C for C for scanning, but we're going to need sodium in order for us to bump up our hazard protection. So we're going to start collecting right away of everything. Ferrite dust, like I mentioned earlier. Oh, it's just bits and pieces into the ground. So we're going to get rid of that over there. So especially this. This is something we're definitely going to need. That's the hydrogen. We need a lot of this for the ship, and we're also going to need it for our life support gel. You're going to want to make as much life support gel as possible because there will be a storm coming. And we're going to need to find some sodium.
Radiation protection falling.
Sodium is the little yellow stuff there, but there is a cave behind us, so we're going to go ahead and use that to fill ourselves up for our hazard protection.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Now, once the AI says that, oh, you're gonna have to move just a little ways away from the door opening because there are things, I can hear it, and we kind of briefly saw it, but there will be hazardous flora in here. If you're too close to it, it'll actually burst and it will poison you. Like that one over there. Let's go ahead and collect the cobalt that's in here, since we are in a cave already. Once we get another material, we can... Ooh, there's sodium right there. I just saw it. Once we have specific materials to make ourselves a battery, which is going to help us with our hazard protection, it fills it 100% versus using sodium alone, which only fills up a portion depending on the amount that you have. Same thing with life support gel. So let's see if we have enough to actually make a battery. Let's see, we're going to need more ferrite dust to make that scanner happen. Ooh, we got an ionized cobalt, which is something you would get after refinement of cobalt. So that definitely works out. We can make a battery. So our battery is already made. So in case our hazard protection goes low, we can use this. Oh, we got more ionized cobalt. Oh, no, that's just what we already collected. Don't pay attention to me. We are going to have to make a carbon nanotube as well from the amount of carbon that we collected. So it looks like we have enough cobalt and ionized cobalt. So in order to make our carbon nanotube, we need about 50 carbon. We need about 50 ferrite dust, I believe, for the other thing we need to make. So we're back outside. And in order for that scanner to work, we need more carbon. These plants right here on these types of hazardous planets will provide you with a ton of carbon. I think we're going to have enough right after this. This specific mining tool is really good for mining because it's one of the experimental class. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and make that carbon nanotube. And I believe we have enough to make another battery. So we go over to the scanner and our multi-tool. Go ahead and highlight this. And we got our scanner going. So we can now start looking for where our ship is. And as you can see, that O2 means there's oxygen over there, so we can collect that. There's a little bit of condensed carbon there. Now all I have to do is recharge hydrogen. Oh, we don't necessarily have to recharge that just yet. It's still full. But then the thing we're also going to need to install into our multi-tool is this thing right here, our analysis visor. Which we already have the carbon nanotube, so we're all set to go, actually. So now we can start doing this and scanning objects around us so we can start collecting money very early on in the game. It'll be kind of low, but it'll be worth it and enough for you to start trading later on in the coming episodes. So I'm not going to be editing to the point... Ooh, we're already out of that. So when this happens, you'll go straight to your mining beam here, either through your quick menu or through this menu here. And you'll refill it. Now as you can see, we didn't have enough to completely fill it up. So we're going to be collecting from all these little plants here. I'm going to start heading towards the ship. Wherever it's located. Those plants over there, that one there, they are very high in oxygen. Once we get a little bit more settled into the game in terms of making dehydrated... Can I? I don't think I can. I need about... Yeah, I need 40. So we need 7 more. So that way we can make this. And we need about double that. So we're going to head towards the ship, wherever it is. I went ahead and scanned earlier. On PC, that is the C button to go ahead and scan. So there's our O2, there's the ship. It's actually not too far. Oh, it's a little further than last time. And what I mean by that is that I was recording this earlier, and after half an hour, the file was corrupt. So I'm sitting here doing this again. But what I wanted to say earlier is that every step of the way, I'm not going to edit it. It is going to be a bit of a trek there, and this will differ from where you're actually at. So you're going to want to monitor things along the way. But yes, I will be walking you through this entire thing on the way there. And getting towards our ship. And if you haven't already, make that grocery list of ferrite dust, carbon, dihydrogen, sodium, cobalt, and oxygen. Now, if you find one of these on the way to the ship, collect that rusted metal because we can refine this into ferrite dust later. Pick up this here. Sometimes they give out batteries. Oh yeah, we already have a microprocessor. Scan as many things as you can on the way, and collect as many things as you can on the way. You can run, but if your meter does go down a little too fast like this, you can use your jetpack and it will actually fill up your running meter really quick, but it does take a hit to your life support, which is the little heart thing on the bottom left there. Take all of our oxygen from this thing here. Take all the carbon from there. I believe there is a cave below us. And there's the ship. Oh, if this does happen, don't worry. As we can go ahead and fill up. This is the second cave we found. If you haven't found the second cave yet, or if you're just getting to it, go ahead and pop in. And go ahead and fill up your hazardous meter, as this does keep you from spending your battery. Alright, let's see if we have enough juice to get up. Ah, no. Congratulations, you found your ship. Alright, let's run over there for a little bit. And as you do run, your oxygen meter will deplete as well. Alright, now that we're at the site, you can head towards your ship, go inside, and it will fill up your hazard protection. We will pop all those out later. See, now we're inside, a little, what am I trying to call this? A little bit of text is going to show in terms of the storyline. These will be your Starship auto diagnostics. Atlas connection intermittent. Launch thrusters. Offline. Pulse engine. Offline. Find myself alone on a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of it before. But this ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least that my exosuit. I'm not dead yet, and this is a ship. And this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. Reading this just a little too fast, and I apologize. Log number 4925A. Unavailable. Substituting data. Let's see, exosuit. Connected. Suggestion. Pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. So we're just going to repair ship systems. Self-guided repair protocols. Initiated. That's what's up. So we are going to have to repair our pulse engine, which needs metal plating and hermetic seal. Believe the metal plating needs about 50 ferrite dust. So within our almost full inventory, we're going to pop this open. That's the only one we need. We are going to have to collect more ferrite dust later on. Also, I do believe we do not have the amount we need to make that dihydrogen jelly for the ship. Because as we go over here, we need the hermetic seal. We don't have the blueprint for it yet. The launch thruster, we are going to need pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly. So as soon as possible, we're going to look for that dihydrogen jelly. After going to this spot right here, you can see, it gets us a little list of things to collect in order to repair the ship and to have it take off. Okay, scenario iteration number 231187661T, deleted. Boundary separation failure likely. Vessel 16 emptied. Cause sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer. Analysis, fresh iteration generated, anomaly containment prepared. Let's go ahead and broadcast this. Broadcast received. Traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized. Okay, cool. So we have our list. We're ready to look for it. We can't go through those yet because we need that Atlas Pass, which we can actually get for free later on in some of the episodes. I'm going to show you how to do that. Put this in our capacity because that's later on down the line we get our refiner. Ooh, it gave us the hydrogen jelly. If you do happen to find something like that, then you're all set. You don't need to find any more dihydrogen unless you really want some for your life support gel, which I think we haven't made yet. No, we haven't. So go ahead and find out the hydrogen jelly, collect as much ferrite dust as possible, and we're going to be on our way to look for that hermetic seal. Also, these little red plants here that are right by the ship, go ahead and collect these as you're going to need the oxygen. Go ahead and use your scanner. And as you can see, there's oxygen there. That is a geranium-rich plant, which helps your jetpack, and there's some sodium over there as well. Right there. That's the thing we're looking for. You can get about a certain range from your Starship until you're actually not able to connect with it through its inventory. Alright, so that 7 is actually enough to make the... Let's go ahead and choose this here on our Starship. We can't because we are out of range. So we have to get as close as possible. Alright, let's go ahead and put in that metal plating. The hermetic seal is going to have to wait up until it gives us a planetary chart after we hop back into the ship to repair that one piece that we just put in. Let's go ahead and make... I'm sorry. So we have 2 things of the hydrogen jelly. Now we're going to go ahead and make that life support gel since we have enough oxygen. Cool, cool. So now we have 1 battery and 1 life support gel. We don't have to worry about... Oh, that goes with... I'll show you after the animation. Let's see, iteration number 239428908492492492492 4G. Wow. Functional. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. This is it. Require assistance. Now it's going to give you the planetary chart in order to find it here in just a moment. So Starship repair. We get our planetary chart from this spot here. Up here inside the beacon's housing as well. As its distress broadcast unit, it contains a planetary chart. If you want to take that planetary chart, now that we do have it, you're going to want to initialize it by pressing the button that your controller asks you to press.
Navigational data received.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be a little bit further than I anticipated. Oh no, it's actually less? That's good news. So we have what we need. If you want to fill up on your hazard protection, go back to the ship and then hop back out. And we're going to head towards that marker there. So in terms of a storm, let your meter run to almost about 10%. Once that meter is at 10%, use the battery. Once your life support gets also to 10%, immediately use that life support gel. Since this is here, we're going to want to collect this. You're not going to want to miss this. Expect a storm to come, so you're not going to want to lose any time. Actually, let me show you how to do this from your quick menu. You go to your battery, go over to mining beam, and you'll go over to carbon. Since we have condensed carbon already, we can fill that up. And it uses a lot less than it uses the carbon. But we're going to collect more carbon since we're here. And there's a storm. So we're going to try our best to move towards the decoded coordinates as possible. If you want to skip this part of the walkthrough, you're more than likely... I'm sorry. If you want to skip this part of the walkthrough, you can. To get to the next section, which I'll have this in chapters. Because we need to get there, because as you notice to the bottom left, it is actually doubling the amount of hazard protection that's being used. If you want to run and mine at the same time, you can. As you're going to need these materials. But do not worry about having your meter go down. Now the storm is actually here. It's going to go triple instead of double. You can also find a cave nearby if you're lucky enough. But as I said earlier, don't worry. As we already have the requirement to fulfill the hazard protection once it goes a little too low. So that jetpack run trick does work some of the time, but not all the time if you're a little too low on the meter. Alright, looks like we're pretty close.
Radiation protection falling.
This would be a good time to pop open the quick menu, go to your hazard protection, and use your battery.
Technology recharge.
If you happen to run into some sodium like we just did, go ahead and collect that.
Radiation protection falling.
So as I said, no worries in terms of hazard protection. You're recovered by using the battery. And we are that much closer to getting the hermetic seal blueprint. Go, 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 go. Yeah, we got it. And as you can see behind me, there is a cave. So if you need to go down in there, just go ahead and do it. If you already ran out of your battery. And now that we're inside, you can see our meter going back up, and we need to collect this holo archive right here. Accessing archive, 6 of 7 logs corrupted. Entry number 4924A follows. No one. Making this recording case leaving behind, and the fabricator might be of some use. Visor damage. Can't find ship. The log finishes in the machine.
Storm clearing.
That AI. The log finishes and the machine whirls to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal I needed to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. So another mission completed. We got our hermetic seal blueprint, as I tried to say that just a little slower. So when you're at this spot here, we have enough condensed carbon to do it. We don't need to refine it, so if you do not have any condensed carbon yet, do not worry. If you can find those red spike-like crystals that are coming out of the ground, the ones that are really low, not the ones that are huge. The ones that are huge require an advanced mining laser. So we made the hermetic seal. All we need to do is go back to the ship. Since the storm is over, we no longer need to worry about that. Life support systems are at 50%, but don't worry about that because we do have the life support gel. And I believe we have enough materials to collect, or to make more if we need to. If you did acquire some physical damage, you can come to this crate, or this box here, and it will set you at maximum health. So we got some dihydrogen, more dihydrogen, and oxygen. So if you want to know where your ship is, look at your marker there, and it's at that spot. It is actually not too far away. Actually, I haven't. If you scan this and any other flora and fauna on the planet, as well as minerals, then you will get a little bit of units for it. We're going to use those units later on in the episodes to go to another system. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the hydrogen. We're going to use that in another system for trading in order to build up our capital, so that way we can buy another ship, a better ship. And since this is the Outlaws update, we are going to go for that solar ship first, which means we're going to need an economy scanner. which we can get it early on in the game, or we can get it for free by playing the storyline. There's a lot of things you can get for free by playing the storyline, but there's also a way to get them early if you're able to grind for it. And over there, if you see that little green spot there, those are called deposits. That one's actually copper and it's yellow, not green. If you do want to collect a few units on the way, scan everything. Don't leave anything to chance, scan it all. It will slow you down a little bit. And as you can see with the 5.9 rads there in the protection meter, it'll say critical exposure in 5 minutes and 37 seconds, which means we need to get over to the ship in about that time, so that way you can reset the timer and our protection goes a little bit longer. Yeah, scan everything. We are going to need some pure ferrite after this when we get the blueprint to make a portable refiner. It's going to take about 50 ferrite dust in order for us to make 50 pure ferrite because of the 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, any higher than that is pure ferrite, magnetized ferrite, which has a higher ratio. It won't be 1-to-1, I believe, and let me know if I'm wrong about this. I think it's a 2-to-1 ratio. For every 2 ferrite, you're going to get 1 thing of magnetized ferrite. Definitely want more sodium, definitely want more carbon. Definitely want more oxygen. Yeah, I don't want to be next to that thing when it explodes. Alright, we are back to the ship. Ran out of breath there, but no worries. Now, if you want to stay out of the elements while you're repairing your ship, just go back in. And then go to your menu. We should have the part that's needed. Awesome, now that's repaired. And we still need pure ferrite. Now you're asking yourself, how do we get that pure ferrite? We're going to get it here in just a moment by using a refiner that's provided. Let's see, grease the launch thruster, we already did that. Now it's portable refiners. They transform simple materials into refined materials. And then advanced technologies require refined materials as well. So in order to make that, I'm going to go to your build menu. And we need one thing of metal plating since we have enough oxygen. Alright, so press your build menu. You'll add the portable refiner there and put that down. You'll notice that it is going to need fuel. So if you are low on carbon or condensed carbon, go ahead and start collecting a little bit of carbon around the area. So that way you put the carbon in, it's going to require 100 of it in order to go into the fuel inverter. Since we have a little bit of carbon, was it condensed carbon? We're going to go ahead and do that. If you put condensed carbon in and you pick up the refiner, which I'll show you how to do after this, it'll just turn it back into carbon, so you get 98 carbon back. So more than likely, just use your carbon, because you will get that back once this thing is picked up. So we want to use this and turn it into pure ferrite. Now, you can back out of this menu, let that run, and go ahead and collect materials while that's going. You can also see the timer. Where'd it go? You can also see the timer here. And it actually did this pretty fast. We're going to go into our menu to see if that is actually enough. And it is. Oh, it backed us out of the menu. I kind of paused there for a moment. But we can go ahead and go back into the launch thruster. We do have the hydrogen jelly. And now your ship is repaired. And you are actually ready to take off. Congratulations and good job for repairing your ship. You can hop in your ship and then hop back out to set your restore point. This will be the end of the episode. Next episode, we're going to go over some flight tutorials and head straight into the space station. And we're going to more than likely start building our base soon and working ourselves from there. This is Azarath. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell on the way out, and I will see you in the next episode. Go beyond, traveler.